Just check out my microphone here to make sure I'm live and I'm on. Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's broadcast. My name is Danielle K. Howell from YourOnlineSuccessCoach.com. And in this video today, in this live broadcast, I'm going to talk about why you absolutely must include video marketing into your daily marketing strategy. So if you're watching this video, that means that you are a marketer. You're either an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, or you have some kind of home-based business and you want to get your message out there through the use of marketing your business online. So that's usually who watches my videos. Those kind of people who are in pretty much the same industry as I am. I've been in this industry for a little over 3 years, failed from July to December because I was on information overload, didn't have any daily method of operation. Was told to do this, was told to do that, was told to do so many different things. But then it wasn't until, like I always said, if you ever watched or heard any of my calls before, it wasn't until I found a mentor and a coach who told me to stop focusing on everything and focus on the one thing, And as a matter of fact, I've been listening to this book, on audio book called The One Thing. And it's such a breath of fresh air when you hear consistent messages over and over and over again. When I was introduced to understanding the one thing that you must incorporate, and that one thing at the time when I first got started was generating leads. Just learn how to generate leads. Just go out there, take massive action and generate leads. And even though, that's all well and good, but at the same time, you got to understand how to generate leads. How, right? Because a lot of times, hey, T, a lot of times we don't know how to do something. We've been told what to do, but we don't know how to do it. So, back in 2014, I was told what to do. Like, I knew I had to generate leads. I knew I had to generate at least 30 leads a day to generate sales, but I just didn't know how. And then I found Instagram. Well, I had already had this Instagram training in my, my arsenal of informational products that we all, subscribe to. Buy this next thing, buy that thing, buy the other thing. And, that was me. Even though I was broke, didn't have any money, I was still subscribing to all these things that I needed to buy. I felt like I needed to have these things in order to get to the next level. And that's what holds a lot of us back. We always feel like we need something else. We're not good enough. We need another thing and another thing and another thing. And, before we know it, we got all these informational products. We got all these videos. We got all these programs. And they're really just collecting dust, whether they're in your files on your computer or they're an actual thing, piled up in the corner of your room. So, so today I am going to give you the one thing that you must incorporate in your business, and that's video marketing. You can't get away from it. Like, we're in the age where if you don't show up in front of your prospects, your clients, your potential prospects, your potential clients, potential leads, potential customers. Remember, these people are potential, right? They haven't bought anything from you yet. They haven't pulled out their credit cards, and bought anything from you yet. And they won't do that either unless you show up. You've got to show up. And the best way to show up right now, in the 21st century is video, hands down. And live video is even, more of a benefit. But right now, we're not even going to talk about live video so much. We're going to talk about just the power of video. So the power of one thing, right? When you focus on one thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, I'm going to tell you, you can't lose. Just like in 2014, when I said, all right, it was December 2014, I'm like, all right, I know I got to generate leads. How do I do this? How do I do it? So, I was like, all right, I got this Instagram training, so let me use it. And that's what I did. And I just was on Instagram, boom, 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 like every day, all day long. And some of you know this story. Like, I literally had a whiteboard chart behind me in my little office, which wasn't even really an office. It was just a little corner of my room, my bedroom. And I literally carved out a little space for myself, and I had my whiteboard there. And I had a chart every single day, Sunday through Saturday, every time that I posted on Instagram, the type of post, whether it was personal development, whether it was a short video clip, whether it was, a picture of myself and my children, whatever it was, I literally posted on this chart every single day. I was charting it out. That was the most exhausting thing I ever had to do. But guess what? I did it consistently for 90 days. 90 days, day in and day out, rain or shine. I didn't even know how to use Instagram. I had to ask my son, like, how do you use this thing? And, I watched this training, and the lady at the time who was giving this training, I got to give, props where props do. It was an April Marie training, April Marie Tucker. She's a great Instagram. She goes herself Instagram queen, and that's where I learned those Instagram strategies from. But what I did, I took it to the next level. I defied it. I put the D twist on it, and instead of having one Instagram account, I had 10. I just went all the way because what I've learned, and again, big up to another one of my mentors, Chris Recker. He always said to take massive action, right? Even back when I was in 2014, when I was in the same business opportunity as him, and I'm listening to his calls on those personal development audios, and all I kept hearing him say was take massive action. And that's all I kept hearing around me was take massive action. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take massive action. I'm not just going to do one Instagram account. I'm going to have 10. And that's what I did. And it started generating me so many leads, so many sales. And I literally went from the bottom and I shot up to the top. And, people will say, oh, wow, how did you do it? It was so quick. But no, it wasn't quick. The 6 months before that, I was failing. 15 years before that, I was failing because I didn't have a DMO. I didn't have something that I was doing day in and day out consistently. And what I've learned is that a lot of people, they are so inconsistent, right? They start something, they stop something. They start something, they stop something. They go on to the next thing that's gonna, that's gonna promise them the riches. So they leave that thing behind and they go to something else. And I'm going to tell you, if you have that kind of, personality where you're starting and stopping, you're never going to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So you've got to stay consistent. And with video, especially now, I think, now's the time for you to start practicing with it. Like in my 90-day boot camp, I'm showing my students how to use video, and they are loving it. They're stepping out of their comfort zones. They're doing things they never did before, and that was like me, with Instagram. I didn't know anything about Instagram. People was DMing me, and I had to look it up. Like, what's a DM? I didn't even know what a DM was. I kid you not. So I had to learn so much stuff. I had to learn it. And just the same thing with you with video. You're going to have to learn it. But the best thing about video is this. You can hear somebody's voice, right? You can hear my voice. You have a New York accent, even though I'm in Florida now. You hear that I have a New York accent. You see that I speak with my hands. It's just things about me. You can look me in my eye. You can tell if I'm authentic. You can see, you can kind of feel my energy, right? You can hear my voice. You can hear my passion, my enthusiasm for what I am offering to you, right? And right now I'm just offering you some valuable tips that's going to help you in your business because I've been doing this thing, for a little while now. It really hasn't been that long when you think about it. A little less than 3 years that I've actually been doing something right from December 2014 to now, right? About 2.5 years. But within that time, I've not only done it, but I've learned. I've invested in myself, I've taught it, I've got my own results, and I continue to keep forward, keep moving. So one of the things that I suggest you guys do, no matter what you think, no matter what you feel about yourself, your hair, your skin color, your eye color, your teeth, your mouth, whatever it is, no matter what it is, understand that you have to show up on video. And don't be ashamed of who you are. Don't be ashamed of your flaws, right? We all have them. Don't be ashamed of how God created you. Because if you do, then you are shaming the very creator that created you. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, we all have scars. We all have flaws. We all have things that we don't like about ourselves. But I'm going to tell you this. We're our own worst critic. And if you show up and you deliver valuable content, no matter what, people are going to look past how you look. People are going to look past what you think you look like or, how you sound and all that stuff. I remember when I first started, even when I was a kid, when I used to record myself on the audio cassette, I used to play back the cassettes like, oh, that's how I sound. Like, my voice. I'm like, oh my God, this is what my voice sounds like. Like, I didn't like my voice. And most people don't like their voice, right? When you first hear for the first time. But guess what? Your family likes your voice, right? It's like music to their ears, most of them. So just think of your mom or, someone who loves you dearly. They love to hear the sound of your voice, right? When you say hello to them. So that's the same thing. That's the same kind of effect that you'll start to have with your followers and the people who show up to listen to you, right? They'll learn to love your voice. They'll learn to love your demeanor. No matter how rough around the edges you are, or how poised and graceful you are, it doesn't matter. You just be yourself, because in this industry, we get paid for being ourselves. We get paid for investing in ourselves and growing personally, and then sharing that stuff with the outside, with people who are in our target audience. Right? And that's what we get paid to do. And we get paid to share this stuff over and over and over. And what happens is this: when people start to connect with you, they'll start to join you. And they will join you in one thing and the next thing and the next thing. And when you suggest something, they'll buy it. And this is what you need to do. But you've got to start doing video. You got to start putting yourself, on the back burner, because your videos are not about you. It's about the people that you're talking to. It's about that person that you consider your ideal client. This is something that I'm teaching in my boot camp, right? What is the ideal person that you want to work with? Not a complainer, not a naysayer, not a doubter, not a whatever. You want to connect with the right people, right? And the only way that you can do that is by showing up every single day with some kind of video. I'm doing a 90-day boot camp. I'm showing up every single day for 90 days in my boot camp. Every single day, without fail, right? And I expect my boot camper to show up. Why? Because it's boot camp. It's not like, it's not, what I want to say, it's not relaxation time. No, it's a boot camp, and it's literally a boot camp. Like, I got them working, right? And that's the thing, you got to work. You got to work your business. It's not something that's going to come to you. You got to work it. You got to work it if you want it to work, all right? And the best way to work it is video. Video. And the best thing to talk about on video, because a lot of people will say, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Invest in yourself. You see all these books I got behind me right here, right? How do I learn my strategies? Between my mentors that I have, that's always giving me, some golden nuggets, between the books that I'm reading and, the blog posts that I'm reading and the videos that I'm watching, all in my niche, I can't help but have so much information inside of me that you got to get it out. You got to teach this stuff. You got to first apply it to your own business and then teach it. So why would I be talking to you about video marketing if I don't do videos? That would be stupid, right? No, you got to do it yourself. You got to do it yourself. You got to learn it. You got to do it. And then you got to go on video and teach it. And it doesn't matter if you're a teacher. It doesn't matter that you don't have a teacher. Like, you don't need all that stuff. Just go on video and say, hey, I just learned this, and I'm using it, I'm doing it, and it works for me, right? This is what I've been doing my whole entire business, because this is the model of success for online marketing. That's it. You learn, you do, you teach. Ray Higdon, he teaches, you invest, same concept. You invest, you invest, learn, teach. ILT, he says invest, learn, teach. And I've learn, do, teach. It's the same thing, right? Invest in yourself, invest in your education, learn it, learn some more, right? But don't overlearn where you got information to overlearn. Then you do it and get the results that you're looking for. And then guess what? You tell somebody, say, hey, guess how I just generated 5 leads by doing video? How did I do it? Because I came on live, I put a link in my description, and boom, I generated leads, right? And this is what you can do for yourself. So you got to invest in yourself, and you got to learn things so that you can teach it. And the best way to do that, the fastest way to grow your business this day and age is video. So go out there, crush it in your video. If you have not gotten access to my 5-step success blueprint, please download it. It shows you the 5 steps that I took to go from broke, in debt, special education teacher, drowning in over $30,000 debt, didn't know anything about online marketing, leads, capture pages, video. I didn't know anything about any of this stuff 3 years ago. I didn't. So I don't stand before you or sit before you here in my office. I don't sit before you, as some guru. No, I'm just telling you what I'm doing and what I've created by just following simple steps. Getting a capture page and autoresponder, doing a video, and talking to people through video and having them sign up most times, even while I'm asleep. Like this morning, I woke up with sale, like literally hundreds of dollars in sales and just while I'm sleeping. So if this is what you want, right, and the day's not over, that was a great way to wake up. Every day I wake up, I have some kind of sale coming in. Every day. I was out Saturday with my kids. A sale came in, another few $100s. Like every time I spend money, money comes back. I just love it. It's a great way to live when you can have the freedom to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, never have to worry about money, because when you have it, when you're an online marketer, you can literally create your own money. It's like printing your own money. It really, really is. And there's so many simple strategies. And one of the simple strategies is this: doing video. Doing video. It will help your business 100%. Before I started doing video, I was doing lots of posts on Instagram. And I tell you guys this because I want you to know how simple it is. Now, is it easy? No, because you got to do video, right? That's not easy. It's not easy to get over yourself. It's not easy to do this every day. It's not easy, right? But it's simple stuff. So if you're willing to, do what's not so easy, what's not so comfortable, and step out of your comfort zone, you can create something massive in your life and in your business. And you can literally transform your life. I've been able to transform my life in less than 3 years. Total transformation. Total transformation. Total. And I'm not exaggerating. Total transformation. In my business, in my life, in my bank account, everything. So, and I'm not exaggerating. And most of you have seen my transformation 3 years ago. You've seen it. So if I can do this, and I'm no different than you, I'm no different than you. I was a teenage mom. I'm no different than you. I probably was worse off than you, to be honest. My background is not silver spoon in my mouth at all. So if I can do this, anybody can. But one thing that separates me from the people who don't is my determination and my consistency. So that's the only thing. If you make a commitment to yourself today, what is today? December, September 25th, 2017, you make a commitment. That's all I did. I made a commitment. I wrote down my goals and made a commitment. You make a commitment to yourself, your business, and draw a line in the sand and say no more. This is what I'm doing because I'm tired of living this way. I want to live this way and project what you want to live out there. Put a visual out there of what you want. You can have it, but you've got to be willing to do the work. And a lot of times you can't do it alone. If it wasn't for my mentors and my coaches, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would still be struggling. So go ahead and download my 5-step success blueprint. If you have not already downloaded it, if you're already on my email list, if you've read it before, tell me how it was. I get a lot of feedback about my blueprint, telling me how great it is. And so I want everyone, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to start having it download on Kindle on Amazon. I'm looking into that. So I'm just going to revise it a little bit, maybe add a little bit more meat and potatoes to it, because my mission is to help people, break through with online marketing, because you can do it. You can become a 6-figure earner in this industry in 3 years. You just can. I'm just a living witness and a living testimony to that. So if you're willing to do the work, willing to put your vision in front of your your faults and your perceived thoughts about yourself, just put your vision out there, your mission out there. Forget about what you think about yourself and go out there and make it happen. You can do it for yourself, your family, and for everyone else that you are doing this for. But first, you got to know why. Mine was always for my kids. Always. I wanted to be home with my kids. That was the reason. That was my number. They were that one thing again. That one thing. I wanted to be home with my kids. And lo and behold, not only am I home with them, I moved them to a beautiful, beautiful home in Florida now. Just looking at them this morning while they were walking to the bus stop, because the bus is like right there. I just smiled. I was like, we're just so blessed. And I've created this. I've created it. Yes, with the help of God, but I created this. This is what I always wanted. I saw myself living like this. I never doubted it. I never, ever doubted it, even when the going got tough. And it got tough, guys. It got tough. But I never doubted. I never doubted for 1 second that I would end up, where I wanted to go. And I'm just getting started. So, if you're not in my boot camp, go ahead, send me a message. But if you have not gotten my free 5-step success blueprint, go ahead and click the link and get my free 5-step success blueprint. It costs nothing. It's free. And it's the exact 5 steps that I took to go from broken debt to where I am now, to becoming a successful online marketer, business owner, coach, mentor, just living the life of my dreams, and most importantly, living a life of freedom where I can be home with my kids and create my own economy. All right, guys, I love you all. Have a great, great afternoon. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.